You don't get distracted because you're weak. You get distracted because your brain is trying to help you escape discomfort. I'm Marcus Voss, and if your attention constantly slips away, if you're stuck in a loop of scrolling, switching, and starting over, you're not alone. For years, I've helped people rebuild mental structure using neuroscience and clarity, not pressure. This channel isn't about forcing focus, it's about rewiring how your mind responds to the moment. Because once you understand what a distraction really is, you can learn to turn that impulse into a trigger for change. Distraction isn't your enemy, it's a message. Every time your attention slips, it's not a failure of focus, it's your nervous system signaling discomfort, avoidance, or emotional overload. Most people treat distraction like a moral flaw, something to be conquered with more discipline or motivation. But here's the truth, distraction is a reaction. It's your brain's way of protecting you from something that feels overwhelming, uncertain, or meaningless. That scroll, that sudden urge to clean, to check your phone, to switch tabs, they're not random. They're coping responses, automated patterns your mind has learned to run when it hits friction. And the more you punish yourself for it, the more stuck you feel. Because you're not just distracted, you're locked in a cycle. Intention, discomfort, impulse, guilt. It drains your energy, fragments your day, and quietly erodes your confidence. But what if you could catch that moment, the very second the urge hits, and use it as a turning point? What if every distraction became a doorway back to presence? This episode isn't about avoiding distraction, it's about transforming it by reprogramming the moment where the pattern begins. Because once you understand what's happening in your brain during those tiny impulsive shifts, you can start replacing reaction with redirection, and that changes everything. Let me show you how. Let's be honest, it's exhausting to want focus and keep losing it. To sit down with clear intentions only to find yourself, minutes later, reaching for your phone, opening a new tab, standing up for no reason. And the worst part, it happens before you even realize it. You're not lazy, you're not weak, you're just stuck in a loop that no one taught you how to break. This is the hidden reality for so many of us. You try to concentrate, but your mind drifts. You tell yourself, just 5 minutes of social media, and suddenly it's been 40. You bounce between apps, notes, snacks, thoughts. You're constantly doing something, yet nothing actually gets done. And every time this happens, the same guilt returns. Why can't I control this? You try harder, you set timers, you block websites, but nothing sticks, because the pattern isn't just digital, it's neurological. Here's the truth. Your brain has been conditioned to escape friction. The moment a task feels uncertain, hard, boring, or emotionally loaded, your nervous system triggers the same micro-escape. You don't think it, you don't choose it, it just happens. This isn't a discipline issue, it's a feedback loop. Your environment is loud, your mind is overstimulated. Your habits have been shaped by years of auto-response. The result? A system that quietly pulls you away from presence, again and again, while making you believe it's your fault. But it's not your fault. It's the absence of a mechanism that catches the moment the impulse begins and redirects it. That's what you're about to learn next. Because once you see what your brain is really doing in those tiny seconds of distraction, you'll finally have the power to change them. Your brain isn't trying to sabotage you, it's trying to protect you. Its job is to conserve energy, avoid discomfort, and keep you emotionally safe. So when you face a task that feels too big, too boring, or too unclear, your mind instinctively reaches for something easier, something familiar. That's not failure, that's your limbic system at work. This part of your brain prioritizes short-term comfort over long-term goals. And in a world designed to hijack your attention with apps, alerts, and constant noise, your brain quickly learns, avoid friction, choose the dopamine. But here's the problem. Every time you escape a moment of discomfort by clicking, switching, or scrolling, you reinforce the pattern. The brain says, this is how we stay safe, and the loop gets tighter. Imagine your attention like a river. In a structured environment, the water flows strong and clean. But in a disorganized, overstimulating world, the current splinters, tiny channels forming everywhere, pulling you in different directions. Eventually, you don't have one focus stream, just mental overflow. The good news? Your brain can reroute its flow. This is neuroplasticity, your ability to rewire thought patterns and behavioral responses through repeated, intentional cues. When you interrupt a distraction pattern on purpose and redirect it toward a new action, you begin to reshape that neural path. It's not about resisting the urge, it's about meeting it with a new script. And every time you do, the brain learns something new. This moment doesn't have to end in escape, it can begin in control. You don't need more willpower, you need a mechanism. A signal, a ritual, a small repeatable gesture that tells your brain, this is who I'm becoming now. And that's exactly what I'm going to give you next. A simple, science-backed technique to catch the distraction as it begins and redirect it into power. I call it the redirect technique. It's not a tactic, it's a reprogramming signal. A tiny, intentional move that intercepts distraction before it takes over and transforms that moment into a micro-win. The principle is simple. Every time you feel the impulse to scroll, switch, or drift, don't resist it. Redirect it. With one gesture, one breath, one decision. Here's how it works, and your challenge for the next 24 hours. Step 1. Choose a physical cue that marks the impulse. It could be placing your hand flat on the table, closing your eyes for 3 seconds, saying out loud, pause, redirect. Make it small, visible, and repeatable. This is your anchor. Step 2. Link that cue to a specific redirect task. Not just any task, one that's short, focused, and friction-free. Examples: writing one sentence, opening the file you've been avoiding, standing and stretching for 20 seconds, drinking a full glass of water. The key isn't the task itself, it's the pattern you're building. Impulse, redirect, clarity. Step 3. Repeat this at least 3 times today. Not perfectly, just intentionally. The goal isn't to stop distraction forever, it's to train your brain to notice and choose differently. Now, let's make it real. Set up a small, dedicated space, even a corner of your room. Place one object there that symbolizes presence. A pen, a notebook, a candle, a stone. This space becomes your redirect zone. Each time you do the gesture, return to this space, even for 60 seconds. Why does this work? Because the brain responds to structure, not pressure. Every time you complete this loop, even once, you weaken the old neural path and strengthen a new one. This is neuroplasticity in motion. And over time, your reflex to escape becomes a reflex to return. You are not fixing yourself, you are training yourself. You are not fighting distraction, you are reclaiming the moment before it pulls you under. Start today. Pick your gesture, choose your redirect, create your space. And remember, it's not about intensity, it's about intention. This is how small shifts create lasting clarity. This is how your next chapter begins, one redirection at a time. Today you learned that distraction isn't a flaw, it's a signal. You discovered that your brain isn't broken, it's patterned. And with one small gesture, one redirect, you can begin reshaping those patterns from the inside out. If you're still here, honor that. You didn't scroll past, you leaned in, you reflected. That alone sets you apart. Because transformation isn't about sudden breakthroughs, it's about subtle repetitions. And every time you catch yourself and choose differently, you're not just managing attention, you're building identity. You've taken the first step, awareness. The second, action. And now, the next chapter is about integration. Creating a system that supports your focus every day, not just in isolated moments. And that's exactly what's waiting for you next. If today's episode showed you that focus is not a personal flaw, but the result of a broken system, then you're already one step ahead of the loop you've been stuck in. Change My Mind is not another self-help course. It's a complete cognitive reset built to rewire how you plan, decide, and follow through. Grounded in neuroscience, designed for real life. If your days feel scattered, if you keep slipping into distraction and exhaustion, this is the framework that helps you reclaim clarity, one shift at a time, with structure that adapts to you, not the other way around. The link is in the description, and this program is only available through this channel. Click now to access Change My Mind and start designing the mental system your life deserves. If this content resonated with you, hit like, share it with someone who needs clarity, and tell us in the comments, what's the one habit that steals your focus the most? In the next episode, it's not a focus problem. It's too many open doors in your mind. I'm Marcus Voss, expert in focus, productivity, and mental clarity. And your next chapter starts here.